Hi friends, we're back with one of my favorite wall coverings. We're going to talk about our textile wall coverings and specifically spending time on our linens. We have some of the great suiting looking materials. We've got some great silks. And one of my favorites is just the classic linens. And while you might think that, hey, there's not a lot of pattern to this, we can just pop it up on the wall, it takes a little strategy. Dennis, when it comes to hanging our linens or any linen textile wall coverings, where do you start?
Well, there's always techniques to everything. And with linens and textiles in general, first of all, you want to be extremely clean. Just get into a good habit of working neat and clean. It's very important with textiles that you don't get paste and oversaturate the material. Then the first thing you really want to do is you have to size up the room. Where am I going to start? Where are the sheets going to fall? So my first thing I do is I measure the entire room.
Okay.
How many panels do I need? How many sheets? I put little marks where they're going to go. And then I take my paste and literally roll every mark, which really designates where the seam is.
I love this. So first things first, size up that room. You ready, room? Let's get ready to battle here. So Dennis, what I hear you say is you're going to measure where each of the seams are going to be in the room. Then don't you guys call it Velcroing the room?
Yes, we do.
Hey, I'm learning something. I've learned a thing or two. So we're going to Velcro, put some additional adhesive on those edges. All right, so the room's sized up. It's looking good. It's been primed. We got that adhesive at the edges. Talk to me. How do we approach the wall covering? Is there specific strategy in terms of where to cut and how to cut it?
Sure. First of all, you may want to shade a little bit.
Okay.
Working one wall at a time, like I always do.
Yes.
And then
to confirm, shading is when we're looking at going from light to dark as a natural fabric. Sometimes you're going to have some variation. Yeah. So again, we're going to just make sure that the strips are shaded.
You're getting your best blend.
Best blend. I love that.
And then, you're pretty much ready to start working your table.
Okay.
You bring the roll over.
Yep.
You're ready to cut your length. You've already done that work on the wall. You can start cutting. Of course, fresh blade, every cut.
Fresh blade, every cut is a best practice.
You measure your length, make your cut. Sometimes you're able to butt the seams together. Mm-hmm. Most of the time, I recut it to make a fresh edge, fresh blade, fresh edge. And I always cut from the back.
Cuts from the back.
And the reason I do that is if you're dealing with textiles, they have a certain texture to them. And if you pull your blade along it, sometimes your blade will actually start to skip.
To avoid that, you just cut from the back and then you don't have any of those issues.
Because the backing is paper and it's smooth.
All right, so I love this. So we're cutting it, fresh blade, and then we're gonna cut from the back. Talk to me, step one, what type of adhesive we're using?
We're using a pre-mixed clear adhesive, and now we're ready to paste. So what I do when I paste is I work the paste from the middle out.
Perfect.
So that I keep the edges a little bit light because I don't want to have any issues with the paste getting on the front.
Perfect.
And I've also put paste on the wall, which is going to help me there. Book.
How long are we booking a linen for approximately?
A few minutes. I would say 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
You may be able to go a little bit longer. But the key to this is you want to book very loosely.
Yes.
Textiles they'll fold themselves very tight.
Yeah.
And they'll get a line across the width, and it tends not to go away.
So how do we avoid that?
You keep a big loop. When you fold the top down, you want to maintain that loop. When you fold the bottom up, same way, so that when you fold it together, it tends not to do that. And it'll hold that loop until you get it to the wall.
So once we've booked it, we're ready to get on the wall. You hang the first piece up. We're using a soft brush. Soft brush. You get the first piece up. One of the things I know some installers told me is that they'll use sometimes painter's tape on the wall. And then when you put on the next piece, do you butt up or do you overlap and then do a double cut?
Well, there's a couple of ways to go. Putting the tape on the material is mainly to protect the edge. Whether you're going to butt it or overlap and double cut, the tape sort of has the same purpose, protecting the material. So if you're going to butt it, you're just going to push those two edges together. So in the event that some paste may wick out a little bit, you have that tape to protect that first sheet you put up. If you're going to double cut, you overlap one onto the other, and now you're overlapping onto the tape. Again, protecting that first sheet you put up.
So you heard it there. You can either butt it up together or double cut. Installer's choice. See you next time.